Welcome to Cut the Ish, Real Talk Sports, where we strip away the fluff and get straight to the heart of the game. From the hottest plays on the court to the controversies off it. We're breaking it all down with unfiltered takes and raw honesty. No sugarcoating, no holding back. Just real talk for real fans. Let's get into it.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing this evening? It's your girl Keisha with Cut the Ish Real Talk Sports. I'm rocking up here with my girl Tony. We gonna get up here and talk some Louisiana sports, but before we get into it, make sure you guys hit the like button on this live stream. If you want to donate to the channel, they have capability to do that at the bottom of the chat. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my girl Tony's channel. It is rolling at the bottom on the banner. So please show your love and show that you like us up here doing these shows by hitting the like, subscribe, comment, and share. Now that we got that out the way, Tony, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling fabulous. I'm feeling fabulous, and let me tell you why I'm feeling fabulous. Because I have met my goals, y'all. I have met my goals, and I am monetized. I'm monetized now, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Gotta give it up for old Tony. Come on now, y'all be nice to old Tony. Don't be doing that to her now. You know, help her out. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, we got to talk about something we love more than anything, because, you know, Bro Claude be clowning us all the time. And so I told him, you know what, I'm going to get into it today. We're going to talk about LSU athletics. We're going to talk about the coaching drama that's going on with the LSU football team. We're going to talk about LSU women's basketball and Kim Mulkey getting ready to kick off this women's basketball season. And we're going to also talk about the Saints and decided to go with the rookie Tyler Shough.
Sure.
So we're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to do nothing but the boot. It's the boot,
the boot today.
And the boot.
And the boot.
Nothing but the boot today. But we're gonna start off at first. We're gonna start off first with the headlines that's rocking the country right now, Tony, because our beloved governor is out there running his mouth every 5 minutes of the day. So I figure I'm gonna start off with him to bring people some perspective, some facts, and some hot takes. So let me move us to the side and let's get into what started all this hoopla, and then we'll go down. Somebody trying to roll up in here on us. Duvall.
Hey,
you already started, or y'all?
What's going on? We were just
doing our intros. That's what we were just doing the intros, Duvall.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Doing all right. So we live now.
Yes, we are.
We are
live. All right.
Crazy, Duvall.
I call it after the intro. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Everybody say hi to Duvall. He gonna get in here and talk crazy, but he ain't gonna do too much because he know we don't play about the boot, but we gotta talk about the boot. You know us. We truth tellers, whether it's good or it's bad. We don't do all that glaze. We don't do all that glazing that Bro Claude be doing.
We won't tell her the color line. Application.
We ain't gonna do all that. but what we are gonna do is try to piece this thing together, and Duvall is gonna be up here keeping us honest. You know, in case our fandom try to take over, Duvall up here to keep us straight.
Gotcha.
But anyway, let me move us to. We're gonna start with how this whole thing started. Like I said before, we're gonna start with Brian Kelly getting fired. We knew, well, at least let me say this: I knew Brian Kelly was gonna get fired because they spent so much money this season and the team is underachieving. Some people was like, Keisha, you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, one thing I do know, I know the boot. So I know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. So y'all can go miss me with that. Y'all go miss me with that. Let me bring up my Twitter. Because Twitter is becoming like the encyclopedia.
That it is.
Brick. What was them encyclopedias we used to have when we was little? Britannia. I can't remember.
You had Britannica and
Britannica. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that what it was called.
2 sets.
I remember my mama used to buy them and stuff. Now you ain't got to do nothing. All you got to do is go click. So Hold on, let me start. There's a long way, chat, but just stay with me.
Brian Lewis. Brian, that's for you, Brian Lewis.
What Brian Lewis say? He will put. Yeah, I know Brian Lewis. That's what we're gonna get to it. Hold on.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Brian Kelly was the coach of the LSU football team for 3.5 seasons now. Since his demise. He went 34-14 at LSU, which for most coaches that's not a bad thing. He's completely over 500. But he was 5-11 against top 25 teams and 19-10 versus the SEC. He had a 10-year, $95 million contract, and this was his 4th year. In all of those numbers is this. Out of all the last 4 coaches that LSU has had, and then Saban went 39-13. He got a national title and an SEC title. Les Miles went 42-11. He had an SEC title and a national title. Coach O went 40-9. SEC title and a national title. And Brian Kelly went 34-14. And he ain't got no now title. Nor did we even sniff
0.
The playoffs. I'm going to stop right here to just ask my panel right quick. Do you understand, and we're going to say this real quick, do you understand the expectation of LSU by looking at this graphic? I'll let you go, Tony.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Being someone from the boot and understand how big football is, it's a big, huge entity for LSU. They have the other sports, baseball came along there after, but football is huge. It's almost like being a part of Alabama. Mm-hmm. Those Roll Tides, being a part of them, how huge it is down there. It's the same thing for Louisiana, for the state of Louisiana. We count on them. We count on the coaches to do their job and to be successful, along with making sure they have the right players surrounding that program. But it's not enough to just have the right players surround the program. It's got to have the right coach implemented in there. This is a huge deal. Of course, you and I both saw this. We saw this coming. It is what it is. It's time to make a change. However, the financial piece is something that we definitely have to be concerned about.
Yep. Duval, what you think?
I'm gonna say this. Yes, those coaches won national championship with the same record. But the SEC was, I ain't gonna say it was easier then because they won like 10 straight national championships at that time. But the SEC as a whole is more deeper because now you got Texas and Oklahoma that's also in the SEC. Mm-hmm. And so there's more teams to go through to get to those playoff spots than it was when you had, LSU with Nick Saban with LSU with Les Miles and like I said, they was the dominant team. Their only competition at that time between those 3 coaches that's not Brian Kelly was Alabama. And so once you got past Alabama, maybe Auburn was good here and there. And then
Ole Miss had they run 2 runs.
But they weren't. They were good, but they weren't the big dogs. They weren't somebody that could knock you off the championship.
Florida was.
Florida was there. So that was it. Basically, Georgia. I think Florida ain't been good since Urban Meyer left. So that's what 09. They have a little run here and there and get 10 wins with Dan Mullen and McElwain. But like I said, other than that, they were really like mediocre. I'm talking about Florida. So, but this year, this time around when it comes to LSU football, there's a lot more teams. Like I said, Ole Miss is really good. Like I said, Alabama still, even though the boy is not Nick Saban, but he still had them competitive. Not Mississippi State, Texas Tech. Not Texas Tech, but Texas A&M. Really good. Championship ready. You know what I'm saying? So then you got Georgia on the other side. Then you got Tennessee on the other side. Even Vanderbilt.
Lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt is like in the, I want to say, the top 15 right now.
Yeah, because they beat us. Yeah.
So they're doing that thing right now.
So you talking about 6-17, and we ain't even mentioned Missouri. Missouri real good too. With
they're coming up.
With saying wide receiver, probably one of the best wide receivers in the country, and their quarterback real good. And so my thing is this: the LSU of today has a harder road to get to those playoff spots than it did with those other 3 coaches. Saying their era, because like I said, there's more good teams now. Because the NIL, because everybody can pay players publicly, now it kind of evens the player field. If you notice, you don't need hear coaches talk about high school recruits like that anymore. It's about transfer portal.
No.
They don't need talk about high school. Like Deion Sanders don't even recruit high school players because he want players that could be ready to win now. That's what NIL has done. NIL has put everybody in a position where the playing field is kind of equal because now you can pay everybody publicly. Even like a team, think about this. A team like Indiana is real good. Could you imagine Indiana being good 10 years ago?
You know what I would say, Devon? The only thing I would push back on you is the problem with Brian Kelly is he went 4 straight seasons and his team will miss the playoffs 4 straight times. Back in Saban and Les Miles and a portion of Coach O's run, you had to get into the national championship talk through style. Because you had the old BCS system.
The 14.
And when Coach O was coming through, you had to be a part of that top 4 in the country to even get a seat at the table. He can't even get us to the top 12. So each one of these coaches had to actually not only win but look the part while they winning, because in the BCS era, you could win every game, but if you don't look dominant,
it's style point.
You wasn't getting a seat at the table.
It was style points, yes.
That's the only thing I would push back on Brian Kelly, because of your now, to your point, because of your NIL reference, he did spend a whole bunch of money, and it yielded him nothing.
That he did now.
Nobody knocking that. I'm just saying it's harder now because everybody got the money to spend. Like I said, when you got a team like Indiana in the top 15, Indiana used to win 2-3 games a year before NIL because they couldn't spend no money, at least not publicly. Now you got all these boosters at all these big schools want to put this money together. They want to put a competitive product out there. So now it makes it all even. Now every year is free agency. Name me a star player that really stays at that school. It's really rare.
So now it's coming down to coaching
and money.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is, if everything, if Indiana, to your reference, got money, and they bring in players, and they look good, so it comes down to coaching. Because LSU got money.
Yes.
Indiana got money.
Yes.
But we never look dominant on offense.
No, not at all. But I'm gonna tell you what the difference gonna be. Now that starting running back at Indiana gonna be like, hey, this school offered me $800,000. Can you match it? Mm-hmm. If you can't match it, I'm out the door. So it's like now, it's like not only this is where the money come in, and this is how it hurts. You know, people like Brian Kelly to keep their jobs and keep their team competitive. It's not like teams can't. It's prohibited from talking to players to after the season. They talk to players in spring games. They talking to players during the season. Like I said, it was I forgot the guy's name, but he went from, I want to say, somewhere to Iowa. He was an offensive lineman. They were recruiting him during the season. So he knew during the season that he was on leave, whatever school it was. I want to say Michigan, but I could be wrong. So
no,
don't hold me there.
Yeah.
So
no,
you know,
right.
so he was already,
right.
he already knew in his mind he was leaving. He told everybody he left after what was happening during the season, why he was at this other school where he got recruited to Iowa because they were paying him. And so that's also a roadblock. So it's not only you have to coach these players, but you got to massage their egos. You got to convince them to take less or to stay status quo for you to keep that team together. Because all these players is getting offered from all these big schools that's trying to win. And they're not stopping. It's not like there's, like in the NFL, you can't recruit players during the season. Can't talk to them during the season. At least you don't supposed to. Mm-hmm. That's why they're supposed to have, like, in the NFL, March is supposed to be like the tampering period. Mm-hmm. There's no tampering period at NCAA. It's, hey, we could talk and recruit these players at any time. What can you do about it? Mm-hmm. And so that could be, like I said, that could be a struggle for Brian Kelly. That's why Nick Saban left. Let's be honest. Nick Saban said on national TV, the reason why I left because I kept having kids coming to me say, hey, I need more money because this team offering this. Mm-hmm. What can you do? That could be stressful. That could be another burden that, you know what I'm saying, you can't bear if you're a Brian Kelly. Especially if you don't have a a GM. That's why a lot of these schools hiring GMs now.
So now so you in a different argument now. So what we talking about now is, so you thinking Brian Kelly is not made for this era? Not really, because like I said, let's be honest. Can we be honest?
Yeah.
He already came to LSU not being liked. He already had a reputation of being unlikable. This going back to Cincinnati. He wasn't
We're going there. We're going there.
Like that.
But hold on. Hold that thought.
We're going there.
I gotta get a little further. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, Devon. Hold on before you give it all to him. Don't give him all the meat and potatoes first.
Not yet. It's coming.
I get where you're coming from. These guys, but the only reason why I showed this graphic, Devon, just so you know, is what the expectations were. That's
what
it.
They were.
That's all. The only reason why I showed it. Okay, yeah. So hold on.
I ain't finna go no further. The only thing I was gonna say is the reason why I'm kind of defending Brian Kelly because his situation is harder based on circumstances we're gonna touch on later. That's all. So hold on. So chat, y'all understand what the expectations was. So let me keep on rolling. Through. We gonna, I'm gonna let y'all listen to my boy Acho. Now, Acho get on my nerves 99% of the time. But 99.5.
You said 99?
Yeah, 99.5. But I will give him props on this tape because it is one of the many issues I had with Brian Kelly, and then I'll get y'all take after I let y'all listen. Hold on.
Gotcha.
Because I could be off, but I agree with him. Hold on.
Y'all some truth about Brian Kelly, and when you make Brian. All right, it's time to give y'all some truth about Brian Kelly. And when you're making $95 million like Brian Kelly was, he can handle this truth. The 4-year experiment of Brian Kelly has been atrocious. And it's been atrocious because he hasn't come near meeting expectations. It's year 4 of Brian Kelly. And what he's proved over his tenure is very simple. He can't make quality hires when necessary. You got Jaden Daniels, a top-tier quarterback in the history of college football, yet you don't have a defense that can help you win a national championship. Then this year, you have a defense that's actually capable of competing at a high level, but you have an offense that's completely incompetent. You spend $20 million in the portal. $20 million. $20 $20 million got Ohio State a national championship. $20 million got you 3 losses after 9 weeks of the season. And now it's a must-win game versus A&M in Death Valley, and you get beat down? Make that make sense. You lose to Vanderbilt. It don't matter how good Vanderbilt is. You're LSU and they're Vanderbilt. The mentality is you always got to beat Vanderbilt. Furthermore, Brian Kelly, if you're going to be an a-hole, which many people suggest that you are, both within and outside the program, then you can't expect anybody to come to your rescue when you have tenures like this, when you have losses like this. Also, side note, Coach O's buyout is finally coming off the books. So LSU's looking around and saying, well, you know what? If we finally can get rid of Brian Kelly, let's get rid of Brian Kelly. You return a quarterback that's supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football, yet your offense remains incompetent. So it didn't make sense. The season didn't make sense. And Brian Kelly, I don't even feel bad for you. Because high key, you've been a prick throughout the entirety of your LSU tenure. So with that being said, you ain't got to go home. But you got to get the hell out of Baton Rouge. Goodbye.
Duval?
That's exactly my point. That's why I said his situation was harder. We could go back to Cincinnati when he wasn't like there.
Damn. He wasn't like this Cincinnati?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't like the Notre Dame to the point where when he took the LSU job, he asked coaches to come with him. They all said no, every one of them. That's an indictment on you. If every one of your coaches that you had worked with at Notre Dame, you get a high-paid job at LSU, and LSU gonna pay their coordinators $2-3 million. They gonna pay them higher than they'll pay them at Notre Dame, and all them coaches say, "No, I'm good. You got it." That said something, man. That said you can't have room for error when you have a reputation like that, and you go into a university that don't fit your identity. And you don't fit their fabric of who they are as a state. That's why, like, Nick Saban could be an a-hole at LSU, but he won because he fit their identity. Les Miles could be weird and eat grass and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. He's going to win because he fit their identity.
Yeah, he did. He was weird.
Coach O is from LSU, and he got the accent. You know, he got that accent and everything.
He always got his shirt off.
Yeah, he got it. So he's LSU through and through, and he won. So those coaches that came before him, they had patience with them because if even they was a-hole, they fit what they want to do as a team, as a state. Brian Kelly came there with a reputation and a bad attitude, and he tried to do something different. And you can't do that in the SEC when you got 7-8 good teams. And you got to worry about, 4 or 5 good teams out the Big Ten. So you don't have any room for error. So if you're going to be an a-hole, you need to play their way. If not, then you going to have a short leash. That's bottom line.
Anything you got, Tony? Because Acho said some pivotal things to me. He made some, Brian Kelly came straight out. He was firing people left and right. He brought in new people. Those new people didn't fit our identity. Then he tried to backtrack because the defense went to hell, like Acho was saying. And so then he tried to backtrack, but it was too late. People started to lose faith in him. But one of the biggest things was the personnel he brought in, his assistant coaches, didn't fit what LSU style of football was. And then at the end of the day, after that Texas A&M game, the AD, which we're going to get to the AD in a minute, the AD asked him to fire his offensive coordinator because it was obvious the offense was not humming right, Tony and Duval. And he said no. And the AD said, you can go clean out your office. And so he fired Brian Kelly, and he fired the OC. I'll let you go.
Yeah, I agree with it 100%. I was going to get to that point on my piece with the fact that he's just not a likable guy. You know, when you're not a likable guy, you can't get the best out of the players that you want. It's not an amount of what you say or do. If you are not liked, And sometimes we have to do the things we need to do to be successful, even around people we don't like. But if it's more than none that don't like you, you're not going to be successful. You're going to be dragged. And that's just where he is at this point. I think that those players want to play hard. They want to give their best foot forward. But if you don't have the pieces surrounding them for them to be successful, then they're not. That's just it. We can use this guy as an example of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bad coaching staff, there is no amount of wins that you can try to hold them accountable for, because the players just aren't going to perform in the way that we want them to perform. But he wasn't liked in anywhere he's been. So that speaks for his character. Yeah, that speaks for his character. You know, that's never a good thing.
I knew Notre Dame didn't like him because of the way he, kind of left them, but I didn't realize he was unliked even before he got to Notre Dame to ball in. Tony, I didn't know he was just not a likable person.
He wasn't even like that Notre Dame. I remember it was a situation where he had to apologize to the press because he yelled at a kid. Like, I want to say his first season at Notre Dame. Yelled at a kid right in front of his face. And, so Notre Dame people did not play that. Nah, you can't conduct yourself like this, like you did at Cincinnati. That's not the type of coach we want on our sidelines. He always was in trouble at Notre Dame. That's why, like I said, when he took the LSU job, knowing that LSU and SEC as in general will pay more for their coordinators than any other conference in the country. And all his coaches like, nah, we're good. We'll stay with Marcus Freeman. And Marcus Freeman been great. Yeah. And so that tells you what they thought about him as a person, as an individual. And when he was at LSU, matter of fact, this last game with Texas A&M, I guess Texas A&M had a good punt return. And people seen Brian Kelly on the sideline saying, "You just cost yourself your job today." So you tell a grown man in the middle of the game that? So how can he focus on continuing his job when he just told that he gonna lose his job?
Right.
But this is the type of behavior he has. And like I said, it's cool to have that type of behavior if you're winning. But when you when you're in a league like the SEC that got 8 good teams that could beat you year after year, and you don't have the style of offense to really overcome those 8 teams, you're at least gonna be short.
Yeah.
And also, guys, as we moving on, there are reports that, which is one of the things I've noticed too. Well, at least my mama brought that to my attention. Is we are a program that always reach back to our former players, and for there are reports that he didn't want none of the former players really in the building. Andrew Whitworth, who was he's a Super Bowl champion. Let me see, I forgot, but he was an LSU great. He said he worked out. He played for the Cincinnati Bengals, 11 seasons and 5 with the Rams. He won a Super Bowl, I believe, with the Rams.
What's the
name?
Then
he Andrew Whitworth.
Oh yeah, the offensive tackle. He gonna be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he gonna be Hall of Fame. And he came out and said Brian Kelly declined his offers to help the program. And if you realize the last 3 or 4 years, you've seen celebrities like at the game, but you haven't really seen a whole bunch of. I mean, you've seen Shaq and all them, but like the football guys, you haven't really seen them.
Yeah, you haven't seen the Joe Burrows, the Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
correct.
All the greats.
And Andrew Whitworth said he reached out because he wanted to help, and he told him he didn't need his help.
But yeah, and that's a big deal because, like I said, Andrew Whitworth ain't just like some regular lineman that just had some 15-year career. This man gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's not gonna be first ballot, but he will be a Hall of Famer one day. So that's something that's major that a person of his caliber want to help. You know what I'm saying? Consult and conduct. You know what I'm saying? His ideals to make the team better. And Brian Kelly was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'd rather lose my way." That sounds familiar. That sounds like somebody like a Kevin Stefanski who would rather lose his way
Right.
And to do the right thing and allow somebody else to play that can help them win. And so, again, that's why situations like that, you get a short leash. Right. Because I think if Brian Kelly was likable, if Brian Kelly was somebody that embraced not only the state and was authentic to his true self and allowed those former players to come back and be a part of the program, he probably got 2 more years. He probably, he probably got 2 more years. They probably told him after this year, hey, you got to fire at least one coordinator. And he probably could have fired one coordinator. And they probably gave him 2 more years if he was this likable person that embraced the program. But it seemed like he just a grade A-hole. And if you're going to be a grade A-hole, you got to be great. You got to be Nick Saban. That's why Nick Saban could be a grade A-hole at Alabama, and they buy his house, and he don't got to pay rent or anything like that. They help him buy a dealership and everything else. Yeah, Nick Saban got a dealership in Alabama, a Mercedes dealership.
I believe it.
Yeah, look it up. He got a Mercedes dealership in Alabama. He got his house. He don't have to pay for nothing, and he got a lake in the backyard. And that's not including all the money he made with Alabama. Because he was a jerk, but he won.
Yeah.
And so as long as you win, you can be how you want to be. But if you know you're not going to win at that level, at some point you got to change your personality and embrace where you're at. Because like I said, niceness and being a kind person get you a longer leash than being an asshole.
Well, I'll tell y'all this. Frank Wilson is the interim coach right now until they figure out this whole coaching thing. The first thing he did was reach out to the former guys and tell them to come out here and talk to the guys, and that's what this picture is. They all came out, coming back, just to let these guys know they got their back and that y'all welcome back in the building. That speaks volumes that the interim coach, the first thing he does is call the former players, Duval and Tony, and say, hey, y'all welcome in the building. I don't know what's been going on for 3.5 years, but y'all welcome as long as I'm here.
Right.
I think it's phony though with him.
Huh?
I think it's phony with him what he's trying to do.
Because which one? Frank?
Yes. And reason why I say
before you say that. He spoke about it.
You sure did?
He sure did. Because he's one of them guys, one of the few coaches that's been there a while.
Look at that.
LSU is going to be looking for a new head coach.
Season 4 for Brian Kelly started with high expectations, and it ended last night with disappointment.
They expect not only to compete for national championships, they expect to win national championships.
Frank Wilson, LSU's associate head coach and running backs coach, will take over on an interim basis.
I could not be more grateful or excited about the opportunity that's before us. And I'm going to do my very best to get LSU back in its rightful place. One game at a time, one day at a time, to see where that gets us. I think Coach Kelly was the right coach at the right time, considering the prior season and season before that. Just really put us in position to upgrade our standard. What we were trying to accomplish. We had won a national title and came off that and had 2 difficult seasons. And so we needed some structure, we needed some stability at a time when our program was really loaded. I think he gave us that. He gave us a new outlook on things that were pivotal into student athletes' life. I think an awful lot of Coach Kelly. He's a good man who had good intentions on bringing this program to a national championship contention. We fell short of that, but that doesn't take away from the man that he is. He's been good to me. He's been good to my family. He allowed my son to be a part of this program, which was a dream come true. And you don't take things like that for granted. Professionally, for me to be able to come back to Louisiana, to come back to LSU for a second stint was extended by Coach Kelly. So I'm forever grateful for that opportunity as well. For me, it's a dream come true. I was born here. I was raised here. I lay my head here. This is our flagship state institution. It means the world to me to be able to have the opportunity to help LSU, to serve this state. I spent a lifetime from that of an FCS grad assistant, student assistant, to being a high school assistant coach, a high school head coach, to a high school athletic director, to coming here in the capacity of an assistant coach that became an associate head coach, and an extreme honor, privilege, very grateful, humbled to serve this state. Our sport is a unique one. It's the ultimate team sport that you cannot do it by yourself, although you have individual one-on-one matchups that culminates the team as a whole. And so I think our team understands that we're all we got, but we're all that we need, and that together we can accomplish everything that we still desire. We have 4 games remaining in this season to go put our best foot forward, to put out our best body of work, and let's see where the chips fall after that. For us today was giving stability and security. So for us on offense.
So just a little bit. But see, Duvall, I think it's just his style is different. He don't have nothing bad to really say about Brian Kelly.
I'm not saying he have anything bad to say about Brian Kelly. We about to say it's phony.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
We about to say it's phony and disingenuous because I think he's doing that so when the next coach get hired, they hire him too, and they keep his son. It's not like I said, he's born in Louisiana. He's been in Louisiana for a long time. A lot of times when you get new coaches, they want their own staff. And in this situation, depends on who they hire.
I thought you was talking about being disingenuous to Brian Kelly, though.
No. I'm talking disingenuous or him bringing back the former players and everything. It's like he's trying to build good PR for himself. So when they hire the new coach, saying the boosters and the higher-ups at LSU gonna say, hey, keep this guy. You can't bring your own running back coach because that's gonna be our running back coach. Because he is part of us. He is LSU. He been here for a minute. They already triggered from losing the strength coach who was there for a long time, who was a part of the LSU family. And now he's at Texas A&M and he helping them be a contending team. So it's like, at the end of the day, I can see him doing all this because, like I said, his son on the team. He been there for a while. He don't want to go anywhere else. And so he want the new coach to have to keep him.
Or he's been a part of this program for a long time and we were already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
a lot of times, like I said, new coaches want their own staff.
Yeah.
But there are situations where higher ups would be like, nah, you gonna keep this guy. And you gonna keep his son. Yeah,
and Brian Lewis is correct. His son is not there right now. His son is at Grambling. This is his last year in college.
Oh, okay. My fault, Brian. I thought he was there now.
Yeah, I really and truly think I don't think he was disingenuous at all. I think he thought those guys needed to hear from other people that have been in their shoes before because of all the foolishness that's going on around the program.
Yeah, I guess that could be it.
To try to at least keep them from, like you say, the NIL. Mm-hmm. We already got one player who's saying he's going to sit out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
he want to win.
Yeah, and he's a starter. He says he's not going to play.
He wants to win. So like I said, having the love for the game. Go ahead.
I think he's trying to stop. I think he's trying to bring them back together because right now they like, some of them are like, yeah, this dude just, Brian, whether it's right or wrong, this dude just wasted my year of eligibility. And some of them are feeling that way. And sometimes in order to get kids back together, sometimes you gotta let them talk to people that's their peers that they respect so they can help, because he's not gonna be able to do it all by himself.
No.
So I think he was reaching out for people to help him. That's what I took from it. But I could be wrong. Yeah, Dennis Sweet said Kelly fired the OC strength and conditions coach when he started. All three of them worked for Miles, Saban, and Orgeron. Then he had to hire them back. I remember that. The strength coach did not come. The strength coach did not come back. He didn't want to mess with him at all. But the other coaches did come back because they just loved the school. But some, like the strength and conditioning coach, he couldn't wait to get him back. So it is what it is.
And so, like I said,
you gotta work your way through that.
Like I said, and then the day before, like I said, Tony go. I was just saying that's the reason why I say he was phony and disingenuous. I just felt like he was trying to put himself in a position where, when a new coach come in and they like to clean out the coaching staff, I believe that the higher ups, because of the way he's carrying himself during these chaotic times, murky times at LSU, I believe they would say, "Hey, you gotta keep that guy. You can't bring your own running back coach. He's your running back coach. If you want to get the job or not, he's going to be on your staff." And so sometimes you could do things for self-preservation.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if he's from that area, he don't want to go nowhere else. He ain't gonna go to Tulane. He wants to stay at a big-time school. So if he wants to stay at a big-time school, that's the best option that he has, unless he has to move somewhere else and go to a big-time school. And I don't think he want to do that.
And the problem is, he's probably either way it go, DeVal. I'm gonna tell you this: he's gonna be on the move either way it go, because the way we hire coaches is you have control of your staff. We're not the Dallas Cowboys. We don't tell you what to do with your staff. If we hire you and give you that money, you decide on you get your staff. That's the way we've always operated.
Of course.
So he knows he might be appealing to the new guy, but the new guy, he ain't appealing to us because we don't have no control over it. Guy,
go ahead.
The new guy is gonna decide his staff.
I get that, but also LSU, the highest gonna be like, "Hey, man, that's a good man, good guy, man. Keep him on your staff."
They do, but they've never stopped them though.
No, they have that opportunity to speak on your behalf, but at the end of the day, it's what the new coach wants. And so it's not anything that you can really say.
We normally don't
keep yourself there unless you find your way in with the new coach coming in.
And you gotta think about this. It's not like it'll be one thing he was a coordinator and they trying to convince them to keep the coordinator. So a lot of coaches like that run a certain style of play, so they ain't bring their own coordinators. But running backs coach, that's not I don't want to say that's not something high priority when it comes to coaches. That just, that's something that they really need, but not to the point where it's coordinators. So I can see them trying to convince the new coach, if it's Kiffin or whoever they pay high money to, keep that guy. He's a good guy, good man. The area likes him. He can help with recruiting, stuff like that. So I feel like all the stuff that he's doing going to help them want to convince the new guy to keep him. Now, I'm not saying they're going to force his hand. I ain't going to say they don't force the new guy hand, but they could put a strong man. They say, this is a good man. Let him be a part of your staff. He do some good things. The players like him. He really about the program. I think he'll be good for us.
And let me tell you something. They did that last time.
They did.
Yeah, Brian Kelly fired him, but he brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the ones that was let go.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the strength and conditioning coach and the OC. He just came back.
OC for sure.
So he knows how this goes.
Don't guarantee he's gonna get to stay.
Coming from. Yeah. For our history is all I'm saying is we normally let you pick your own staff, because when we get ready to get rid of you, you ain't gonna be over there talking about you made us keep the OC, you made us keep the offensive line. You ain't gonna have none of them excuses. No, boo-boo. You hired all these people on your staff. But hold on. But we get up out of here. Let's get to all the other shenanigans.
It's a bunch of shenanigans.
Meanwhile, DeVal, our governor, I just want to play this just because it's funny. It's not funny. Let me rephrase.
He's ignorant.
I just don't know why he picked this moment, but then I do know why. But we ain't going to talk about it too much, but this is what he said. He was on campus doing this kind of stuff, I guess, to put us I don't know what this man was doing. I ain't going to be honest with you. Here we go.
Hey, everyone. Governor Jeff Landry here tonight, wanting to thank the entire Turning Point family. Because tonight, unbelievable. Over 1,500 people came to listen to Turning Point USA. Thank you. Big shout out to LSU Turning Point. And so we're here on campus next to Mike the Tiger. And we're going to put a challenge out to the LSU Board of Supervisors to find a place to put a statue of Charlie Kirk to defend the freedom of speech on college campuses. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can be the first campus to do it.
We're not doing it, Governor.
That's a negative.
They got a lot of LSU greats. Before we,
I wish you'd have pulled up Faje's speech. She had something to say on it.
I don't even know why this man. But anyway, we're gonna keep going because that sets up this media session that we are gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So I only showed the other clip so you know where he coming from. Here we go.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners. You know, I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful. And we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly. And we're going to put metrics on it. Because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country. And then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So yeah, absolutely. Who's that? No, I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next coach. Hell, I'll let Donald Trump select it before I let him do it. I don't know, but the Board of Supervisors is going to come up with a committee, and they're going to go find us an ass. Because wait, I want to hold on. One real quick thing on that. Because here's what y'all reporters need to do. Y'all need to start looking at who represents all these people, like these agents. You know what's interesting? If I'm not mistaken, Woodard's agent, Kelly's agent, the Texas A&M, they're all the same agent. Like you realize if I would be, I don't know how many sports writers we got here today? I got just you. We should have a bunch. Okay? Like this is ridiculous. Lawyers would be disbarred for the way these agents act and the way they're able to represent. In fact, there's no doubt, they may even represent some of the players now. Like it's really time for the NCAA to put on some guardrails in college sports. Because, and it's fine. We don't need the guardrails. If big billionaires want to spend all that kind of money, no problem. But if I got to go find $53 million from Kemp, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. I'm just telling you. I know. And I think that that's important as well. Y'all should start looking into that. Okay.
Go ahead.
All that white up there want to be right ain't nothing but bullshit. What are you talking about, man? What are you saying? Do you even hear yourself? I don't even think he heard himself. He needs to have a playback of himself so he can hear just how stupid he sounds. I'll let the president pick a coach before I let
Or you let the athletic director.
Donald Trump's ass. He don't know you, don't like you, don't give a damn about you. We'll put you and your kids out there in that doggone field back there in them swamps and let an alligator tear your ass up like it ain't nothing like tomorrow. Stop talking. Y'all be talking out the side of your neck and you don't know what you're talking about. Before you let the coordinator? Come on now. Come on.
Hey, I'm just going to say this. Yes, Scott Woodard made a mistake in hiring Brian Kelly. Scott Woodard oversaw LSU through the championship in 2019. Here are the coaches he hired. Kim Mulkey went 53-11. Brian Kelly was his little goofy self with 19-10 and for his SEC record. Jay Johnson, which is the baseball coach went 68-51. Tanya Johnson for volleyball was 25-39. Men's basketball was 14-40. He ended up with a national title in football, basketball, gymnastics, and baseball in his tenure as athletic director. And I get it that he left LSU, went to Texas A&M, gave a contract to Jimbo Fisher. They end up having to buy out Jimbo Fisher, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I got that too. End up having to buy out Jimbo Fisher, but the problem was he was already back at LSU when they extended Jimbo Fisher. Mm-hmm. The new AD director at Texas A&M extended Jimbo Fisher, and that's why it ended up being $77 million to be cashed out for Jimbo Fisher. But yes, you are correct, Governor. He did make a mistake with Brian Kelly, but he has had success as an athletic director. Now, if you want to fire him because of this $53 million blunder, fine. But to get up here and say Trump would be better at picking a coach than him is just the most idiotic thing I've heard today.
Just a Paula line, man.
Duvall?
Line.
It's a dog upon the show.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a man that's talking that probably don't have no insight on where they're going to go in the direction of finding a new coach. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing he does have power in when it comes to state funding. He can help out with that if so they come up short somewhere. Mm-hmm. But other than that, he just, like I say, just spouting off BS, just say to appease a certain base. Because let's be honest, Louisiana is, by all accounts, the most racist state in the United States of America,
and it's a Republican state. Yeah,
of course.
So when you have a state like that, you always gonna appease your base. Let's be honest. As of recently, that was the only state where that you had to get unanimous, guilty or not guilty for somebody to get off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other places is like 11-2 or like 10-1, something like that. They have no wiggle room. That's why C. Murder's still in prison for something that he didn't do. So Louisiana just do things differently. They are a state that just appeals to their certain base, and they're going to accommodate their certain base by saying coded words that they like to hear. That's the only state that's talking about putting a Charlie Kirk statue at the school. No other state would even approach that conversation. Not even the state that he got killed at. Won't talk about Charlie Kirk. And that was Utah. He was at Utah University, was he? Doing a speaking engagement. And he got killed there. They ain't talking about putting no statue there where he got killed at. But you talk about Louisiana want to put statues there of a racist that didn't care about people and didn't have humanity for others. But I'm not surprised at that because this is the same state when Obama won the first time was hanging people. Mm-hmm. Hanging people from trees, like the old days. So it's Louisiana, man. It's people like him that continues this stereotype of how people view that state and why people in general don't take that state seriously when it comes to the humanity of others because of people like that.
Well, let's be clear. Since I don't like to engage in buffoonery, I'm going to tell you that I brought up the statement of revenues and expenses for the Louisiana State University, aka LSU. Direct state or government support. It's on your screen, chat, for 2024. Zero.
I see it. Do you? It should say
zero. 40 million came from ticket sales, 5 million from guarantees, 27 million from the boosters, $15 million from media rights, $10 million from the conference, $3 million from parking and concession sales. Football bowl revenue, they get $1.5 million for doing bowl games. They got $107 million worth of operating revenues just by operating and selling tickets. They got that from. All of that was paid out of, all of their expenses was paid from the revenue.
Mm-hmm.
It is known in Louisiana that the football program at LSU funds most every sport at LSU, whether they make money or not. Men's basketball ticket sales was $2 million. Women's was $1 million. All the other sports combined was $4 million.
Yeah, and that's combined.
Football was $40 million. There is no comparison, and the state didn't give them $1. So that's why when this man was fired, meetings were had. And if one of those boosters didn't say they was going to be on the hook for it, he probably wouldn't have been fired. Because they know good and doggone well they ain't getting nothing from the state of Louisiana and Jeffrey or whatever, Jeff Landry. He just out here trying to get some kind of kudos dog and pony show. Now, I do get it when you trigger a buyout like that. Everybody in the state, because Louisiana, because LSU is a state university, everybody needs to be involved and make sure everybody knows that this big ticket item is going to be done, right, Duval? But that big ticket item was already done with Coach O. You didn't see him, you didn't see nobody out here running around. They ain't paid, the state ain't paid a dime to Coach O. We just finished paying Coach O this year. We were paying 2 coaches. And still the state gave us 0. So don't let that man lie to you, chat.
Food, be food if you want to.
The boosters, the ticket sales, the media rights, all that stuff funds the football program. And in turn, the football program funds the other sports. Baseball, basketball, swimming, diving, gymnastics, all of it. Because they don't generate enough revenue to sustain these sports.
Exactly. So I said football is huge. You got to make sure you keep your money maker going.
And still, the state don't help gymnastics. They don't help
none
swimming.
They don't help none of it.
They don't help driving. They don't help none of them.
None of them. And get this, Keisha, they only help who? LSU. They help all them other schools out there.
They not. Look, that state ain't like a state like me and Jamal was talking about earlier. Like a school like Tulane. Tulane is a private school, so they get it from their tuition and fee. That's why it's so expensive.
Exactly.
But a lot of these other schools,
like La Tech and the rest of them, no.
They fund themselves. These schools are being funded by themselves.
We are not like other states.
Now, they're not gonna let, like to Duval's point, they're not gonna let any of their state institutions fall. If they are failing, they're gonna swoop in. That's what the state do. But as of right now, they don't have to do that because they're making money hand over fist. So he is just out here being disingenuous.
That's the truth.
Extremely just disingenuous.
He's just being disingenuous. But before we get off of here, before we go to the next thing, I just don't know why that man up there. No, I take that back. I know why he up there, because he wants to be the show. He think this type of rhetoric is gonna help his, I guess, political career. I don't know. Everybody wants a moment, right, Duval, to where people remember them.
Yes.
but he don't know in him doing this, it could be hurting our chances of getting a good candidate.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be a part of a dog and pony show. Not in football. Maybe in politics, they might be okay. Maybe in entertainment, okay, we can act a fool. But in football, we want to win. We ain't got time for this shit right here.
Yep.
So, yeah, anyway it goes. That's all I got to say on that. You know.
Yeah.
He know good and doggone well he ain't picking the coach. And I guess he did declare war on the athletic director, Woodard, and pretty much told him he can't do his job. I guess that's what he trying to say.
He can't do nothing.
He can't
don't have rights.
This, that, and the other. Let me tell y'all another thing before we get off of this. I get it. People mad at the athletic director. I get it. But he didn't make the decision, and Duval can attest to this. He didn't make the decision to hire Brian Kelly by himself. He made that with the board. He made that decision with the board, the trustees. They did, and the boosters and all that people that are involved. He didn't make that decision unilateral by himself. They all made a mistake. But yep, I get it. He's the athletic director. I get it. But he didn't make the decision by himself. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. I'm moving on to something else because this is going to set up my next slide later on today. I'm going to talk about LSU women's basketball right quick. Let me tell y'all something. Let's talk about LSU women's basketball and Duval's favorite coach. Duval, is your favorite coach Kim Mulkey in women's basketball? Don't lie.
They got a little. She got a little passer behind her, but yeah, she's my favorite.
It's okay if you want to say that. I get it.
That's why she fits Louisiana because they all got sketcy pass when it comes to.
Let me tell you something. Look, you gotta be a little sketchy. No. You gotta be a little sketchy, Duval. You can't be running around here doing everything on the up and up and thinking you're gonna get something done in Louisiana. It's kind of like Chicago. Never mind, is Bro Claude in the business?
Bro Claude's in the house. That he in that chat talking crazy.
Yeah, look, it's kind of like Chicago.
Kim don't be like that. You know, Kim is from there. Kim is a homegrown. Kim went to school there. Kim basically did everything there except for when she went on over to Baylor and did her few years at Baylor and came on back. So Kim is who she is.
Well,
Kim is just as crazy as the rest of us Louisiana folks.
She sure is. Nutty as a fruitcake. Here we go. The top 25 players came out for college women's basketball, and 3 of our Tigers made it. Flage is at number 5, Michaela Williams is at number 12, and Malaysia Fulwale is at number 19. My first question to y'all is, it's shaping up to be that this will be a very guard-heavy team. The guards are even the freshmen that are coming in, they were in the top 100, top 20.
Yes.
Out of high school, so some of them freshmen even played in the exhibition game. They was ready to go. So, but this team will be led by these three ladies right now. Malaysia Fulwale is coming off the bench because Kim is trying to make her into a point guard. But Michaela Williams and Flage will start off the top. My question is, do you think this team can live up to the expectations of having 3 players in the top 25 on their team? So that means, with that means there's expectations that you're going to at least get to something. I don't know, 3-16, Elite 8. I think they've got to the Elite 8
Yeah.
Last two seasons.
Yeah.
If I'm remembering.
Yep.
Will that trend? They coming in as number 5 in the preseason poll for AP. Do y'all see this team getting back to at least the Elite 8? I'll let you
go.
I'll go
first. Yeah, I'll go first. I see them doing some things, but we got to look at other teams too. Just watching a few other exhibition games, along with watching LSU exhibition game. A lot of the teams have stepped up. I'd say Tennessee has a great program right now with what they were able to scrounge up and have on their roster this year. So teams are going to challenge. These guards are very special, all 3 of them. And if they play to the caliber of ball that they can play, I could see them making their way into that Sweet 16. I'd have to see their full potential once the season starts to be able to say if they're going to make the Elite 8. I do see them making that Sweet 16 for sure. Michaela Williams, out of the 3 of these young ladies, Michaela Williams is somebody that's extremely special, and I tell everybody to look out for. And I think that was something that Kim Mulkey stated too. She has so much to her game that is so calming, right? But it's one of those ones that sneak up on you, and before you know it, she got 20, and you don't know where they came from. Flyjay, if she plays up to her full potential, Flyjay is really good. Flyjay showed me a lot in her second season, but last year it kind of seemed like she stayed stagnant. If she can pull her 100% full potential out of her, I think she's going to be good, right? Because there's more to her game. There's more to her game. She's more physical than she kind of let on a little bit last year. She wanted to show more of her offensive game last year, which she did. However, she had some games where she had rough patches, but I feel if she plays 100% to her potential, without a doubt, she's fine. For Wiley, it has to be, and this is the place for her. She has to be somewhere where she can absolutely be her. And without being on a team like that, and I'm not saying that Don Staley didn't allow her to do her. There's moments where for Wiley can kind of get lost. But sometimes you have to learn how to play within the system. And I think this particular program is a place where she'll be able to run more and do a little bit more, have room to have more errors than she had with Staley, because Staley is more of a perfectionist. I know how Kim Mulkey is. Mulkey is a get down your throat type of coach. So I think she can pull some things out of it. I just don't want it to backfire on her trying to make for Wale a 1 like she did with HVL. But it is a position that she needs to learn because of her height. And she has the absolute skills, the phenomenal skills to play the 1. So with Mulkey putting her in that position, that is the absolute best thing for Wale. And so if they can pull all of that together, I'll say that we can see some good basketball coming from LSU. We definitely going to see some scores being blown out because of the guard play that they have. They have a lot of guards on that team, and all of those guards can shoot. All of those guards can handle the ball. And it's going to be a sight to see. I know that they had a lot of guards last year. They were much younger. This year, you have more seasonal players, as you would call them, on the team to go along with those rookies that came. But the rookies that came are they by far are not rookies. No, they're good. They are good. They are very good.
So what I saw from the first game, yeah,
it's going to be exciting to see what LSU bring this season. So that's what I have, Deval.
What you think, Deval?
It would go far if Michaela Williams become the best player like she was last year.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
I think Flyjay need to become the secondary scorer, but would Flyjay be able to handle that because she has the fame? And so that will be a struggle. And when it comes to Wiley, what does they say about Don Staley? Is she willing to come off the bench at another institution instead of staying there with you? that means that when she was at South Carolina, Don Staley probably made promises to that woman that she couldn't keep or she didn't want to keep. And so she went off elsewhere. But I think she's your biggest wild card because that's a woman.
She is a wild card, yeah.
She could light it up. She's special.
Oh, yeah.
She's a little bit out of control when it comes to her discipline and how, how she sees the game right now. Her eyes can be deceiving because she don't have the experience.
Kamikaze.
So I hope Mulkey can guide her and make her a more disciplined player, and so she could really hone in her skills and really take this team to the next level. Because like I said, she is the wild card, but Michaela Williams is the best player. Can Flodgy take a secondary role? Because like I said, Flodgy is the star there. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh yeah, of course. She's 100% the star.
She is the star, but like I said, she's not the best player. And can she handle taking a back seat when she's not the best player? So that's gonna be interesting. And then, like I said, you got Gilbert. So I like Gilbert. I hate that Powell left. I like that her off the bench, but
Yeah.
Again, they got deep bench this year. They
got a deep bench. They got a deep bench. I watched that preseason game.
My thing is, and I'm gonna say this because y'all say, can they get back to the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
At some point, they need to beat South Carolina. They lost 14 straight.
Yeah, it's 14 straight.
At some point, they need to beat South Carolina. They need to break that streak. So at this point, they're getting embarrassed. At this point, South Carolina treating them like they're a small time program, like they homecoming.
I get it, but they do. They need. You're absolutely right, Duval, but it doesn't stop them from getting to the Sweet 16.
It's not about that, but they got to establish their dominance. That's how you get confidence. If you do something that the other team didn't do, even when Angel was there, that's that's something that'll go a long way.
You didn't beat them either,
huh?
No.
I'm saying. I just said, even when Angel was there, they were getting their ass whooped. Camilla, South Carolina was running through it. So that's why I said it starts there. Once they can beat that team, they're gonna gain the confidence that they need. They're gonna build them up because, like I said, as of right now, they're a bunch of talented individuals, but they don't have a sense of direction as of yet. They don't have something that they can really grip towards when it comes to their motivation to get to where they need to go. And so, South Carolina need to be the first on that list. That needs to be the first bucket list that they need to accomplish before even talking about the Sweet 16. Because
they can. They just rebuilding their program since Mulkey's been there. So it's one of those things. I definitely truly hear you, but
I get it. But I don't know about this year.
This
year, of them are freshmen.
Stanley's team, South Carolina this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see LSU beating them. If they do, kudos and slap me twice if that happens. But I just don't see it happening no matter what we have right now, just because of the recruitment standpoint, right? The caliber of players you have on each team. Now, do you have a few players on LSU that can match up? Yes, but to only have a couple that can match up is not enough for what Dawn Staley's team has and what she's packing. It is embarrassing. It is at some point, like you said, it has to change. And I'm gonna let you finish, but absolutely,
they got
it might not be this year. We will see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freshmen and sophomores. 1, 2, 3 sophomores, 2 juniors, and Fly's a senior, and this other girl that don't play is a senior.
That's it. So tell me who's going to play Raven.
They got 3 seniors. Joyner is a senior, but she transferred in. This is her first year with LSU. Fly's a senior. She's probably and Bezelman is a senior, but she don't play.
She's been at
LSU the whole time. So, she don't play. And then Kaylin Gilbert is a senior. KG is a senior.
Yeah.
So you got and KG has only been with the program in 1 year.
Yeah.
So you got
one. You got the talent.
You got one senior that's been there 4 years. One
true senior that's been there and actually played and actually played.
I don't know, Devon.
And got in with the best of them.
I'm just going. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't expect it. Hold on, let me because people want to know. They want to know, just like Devon brought up. You want to know, why she leave one bench to go to another bench? To Devon's point, he was just
back
saying
to Devon's
that,
point. Yeah,
back to Devon's point. We're just gonna let Kim Mulkey talk about it.
Coach, many people have been waiting to see Mylasia Fawali in the LSU uniform. What was your assessment on her? And can you talk about not just her scoring, but her ability to play defense, stealing the ball, playing the passing lanes?
God blessed her with speed and quickness. Blessed her with unbelievable hand-eye coordination. I don't even know how she made that pass to Z. And Z caught it and finished it. I mean, there was a guy right there in front between them. Those are the things that you never want to take away from her. Learning point guard is probably a little challenging right now because she's always been the recipient of the pass on the wing. And now I'm trying to get her to do what Jada does. Jada has been a point guard all her life, and I want Lay to be able to just go to either position comfortably, and she's not comfortable yet. Defensively, because of her athleticism, speed, and quickness, she can really harass the ball handler. I want her to extend her minutes. I want her to understand you need to play more minutes for longer periods of time. I think she was so cute one day. She said, "I never worked this hard in my life in practice." But she said, "This is what I need." But nothing surprised me on what she did. I talked to her about that one long shot she took with about 4.2 seconds, 4.2, whatever it was. I said, "You took that because you just want to take it and see if it went in. What if the game was tied? What if we were down to you?" She goes, "Coach, I got you. I know what you're getting ready to say." I said, "Okay. Understand circumstances in the game."
Yeah, I'll let Devon finish because he was getting to that point right there. Yeah.
And before, because I want Devon to have the facts when he finished. Now, back to Devon's point now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say? It says this. Before she went to South Carolina,
I'm sorry,
Fawali was a point guard. But that's not how she was used, Devon.
That's my point exactly. You don't know what promises that Don Staley had made to her that wasn't fulfilled. And part of the promises could have been, "Hey, I want to play point guard for this team." But as long as Raven Johnson on the team, she's not going to play point guard because Raven Johnson, even though she's a significantly better player than Raven Johnson, not even close, but she exemplified what South Carolina is when it comes to their identity, when it comes to how the coach wants this team to be conducted. She's the example of their culture. So you're not going to change that, and you're not going to mess with that, especially knowing that she kept sacrificing her opportunity to go to the WNBA to come back to LSU, not LSU, but South Carolina. And so after a while, maybe I say, "You know what? I see the writing on the wall. I'm not going to be able to get what I want here. Let me get it somewhere else." Because they got another point guard that's ahead of her at LSU, but at any time she could surpass that point guard because that point guard is not tied to school like somebody like Flage is. Flage is tied to the school. She's the identity of the school. She's the identity of them winning that national championship. So she's not going to replace Flage if she were going for Flage's position. But a point guard that, don't have no ties to the school like that, that just, getting their feet wet, she have opportunity to play and really, show what she could do. So that's why I think she moved on, rightfully so, because like I said again, if you were made promises in an NIL era, and it don't have to be always about money, it could be playing a certain position, playing a style of basketball and everything else. And she felt like her promises was fulfilled by Mulkey, not Mulkey, but this Don Stanley. Hey, let me go somewhere else where I can get my promises fulfilled. Because if I'm gonna play basketball, I at least want to be happy. I don't want to feel like it's a job.
Right. Right.
So yeah, as I was doing my research to do this, live, I was like, oh, so now Kim Mulkey got to bring back them skills she had in high school, and I'm like, okay, so in college, what to Devon's point, what was said to her, because everybody knows as long as Raven Johnson is on that team, she wasn't gonna be no point guard. So
nope. You're
to
both
y'all
100%.
To y'all point, I think people love to do this LSU versus South Carolina thing. We talk about it all the time, me and Devon. But for this young lady, I think it's clearly about the way she wanted to play. I don't think it had nothing to do with. I don't think it had nothing to do with the rivalry or none of that stuff. I don't think she cares if she come off the bench or not, long as she get the opportunity to do something she thinks is going to be beneficial to her when she get ready to go to the W.
Go to the W, because that's the position she's going to have to play. Period.
Yeah. And if
you got to get her prepared for success.
And if you think a coach is not getting you there, and trust me, I love Don Stater. Please, y'all, don't be out here talking about Keisha hating on Don Stater. No, I am not. I'm just saying, it's interesting that
absolutely
she stayed her 2 years. She won a title with that team, and we always was over here trying to figure out what's the reason, and we might have stumbled upon it. I don't know, Duval, what you think? We might have stumbled upon it, Tony.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. We have stumbled on something, right? But I see her taking over that starting position at some point, probably sooner than later. But just getting her settled in is the seat. The seat right now has to get her to get to that calming mechanism where she's more under control. And that's just all that is, because it's there. She knows what she has to do. That's her handles, and she'll get it done. But just trying to get her to settle in a position isn't to just throw her in there right now and let her be the wild card. This is where I think Mulkey is learning from the HVL situation, because she absolutely just threw HVL in there, right? And it hurt HVL, and it didn't allow her the opportunity to warm her way into the position and try to,
she should have came off the bench.
Get it right.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Duval, I'm sorry if we cut you off. Go ahead.
Only thing I was saying is this: when it comes to this situation, we don't know what was her number one attribute of being happy on the basketball team.
Right.
And so she did what was best for her happiness, and respectfully, we have to let it play out.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. It's gonna be exciting. So it's exciting season coming. I can't wait.
Me neither. I can't wait.
It's time to follow some players. A couple more days.
Yeah,
couple more days.
Yeah,
Duval, I'm rocking and rolling, Duval. I'm monetized.
That's good. Congratulations. I read it in the chat. Somebody said you're monetized.
Yeah. She thinks she grown now.
I'm grown now, but I got my big cup, not the little cup.
Yeah.
Oh, not the little cup. All right, y'all. Before we get up out of here, we gonna talk about my goofy ass Saints. Stop.
Yeah, hit them class.
And I'm gonna make Duval do it. You know why? Because he love the Saints more than he loved the Jaguars. He just be up there lying.
he just Apollo lying. Is that what he doing?
He lying to himself. He know he loves the boot more than I do. But guess what, y'all? Apparently, Kelly Moore said, you know what, he didn't see enough of Spencer Rattler. I know there might be some Spencer Rattler fans in the chat. Well, Spencer Rattler went 1-7 in his stint, and the Saints led in those 8 games for just 4 combined minutes the entire season. That's how bad that was. But I'm gonna let Kelly Moore tell you a little bit about the change. He said pretty much what he said was he gonna go on just let Tyler Shough finish it out. Tony and Duvall, because he needs to see what he got, because he is gonna be in the top, I think the top 5 of the draft, so he needs to figure out what he's doing with these 2. I think Rattler was a sophomore and Tyler Shough was a rookie, so he needs to figure out what he got in these 2 guys. So he's gonna let Tyler Shough finish it out. But let's listen to a little special Kelly Moore. That's the ball man. You know, he young, he real young, but you know, here we go.
Obviously, yesterday, talked to both quarterbacks, talked through the sequence here. We're going to start Tyler. Really excited about this opportunity for him. He's been preparing each and every week, you know, just as he would be if he was the starter. And so I feel like he's ready to go. It'll be a lot of exciting opportunities for him. Obviously, it'll be his first experience starting and going through that full process. And obviously, there's an element with that you got to kind of navigate as you go. But we're really excited about that. Spencer's done some really good things. And I think if anything, Spencer's proven that he can win games in this league. He can play at a really high level. He's done a lot of good things. And so, you know, this will be an exciting time for Tyler, but Spencer's will always be ready, and he'll continue to grow as well. These are 2 young quarterbacks that we feel really good about. Just felt like, you know, there was an opportunity where Tyler, I felt like, was ready. You know, felt like, you know, at the end of the day, one of the more important aspects of this from a Wireland's perspective is offensively, we got to find a little bit more success, a little more consistency. You know, I think that doesn't have only to do with Spencer. That has to do with everyone associated with the offense. And so we're continuing to build that and grow each and every week. And yeah, I think Tyler's ready to go. He's prepared really, really well through this whole process. You know, patience sometimes is you got to play that game a little bit, and you know, he's ready to go. No, Tyler's starting, so we're not looking back on that. Obviously, you know, the goal is to let Tyler play and get going, and you know, Spencer knows that his role is to be the backup, and he's there to help Tyler in any possible way. He did an excellent job today, running the scout team, preparing just like he would be just a starter like any other week, and so you know, I feel like that room. The good thing we got going is that room is a bunch of A+ people, and they handle it awesome. Obviously, yes.
Y'all, they passed up on Shador, said they was going with Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough. They drafted Tyler Shough before Shador Sanders, and now they're gonna finally see what's going on with Tyler Shough. I'm gonna go to Duvall first. Duvall, we gonna have a number 1 overall pick next season, ain't we?
Yeah, and I think they plan failed, and I'm gonna tell you why. What I mean by that.
Okay.
I really think they thought this draft class that was coming up was going to be a great one. But unfortunately, it's not playing out that way. There's some good quarterbacks coming out, but there's not a superstar level quarterback that could help change a franchise right now. And so I think they went the route that they went because they were looking at this draft class that's supposed to be in the archman and the superstar quarterback that's supposed to, you know what I'm saying?
Nussmeier was supposed to be a Heisman favorite.
And so it didn't turn out that way.
Nope.
And so unfortunately, they're in no man's land, and we just have to they just have to let it play out and get a quarterback in next year's draft. You know, it's not looking as promising as one did, and see what Kellen Moore can do with his own guy.
Okay. So you. Okay.
You stuck?
Why are you so stuck?
You stuck?
So what you trying to say is they don't like either guy.
Not really.
They thought they was gonna get a better alternative in the next draft, and that then went to hell.
Yep.
So now we gotta kind of backtrack and see if what they gonna do with this first round pick, Duval, because he is Tyler Shough. You see him, got a nice pocket. Okay.
He's poised in the pocket. He's real poised.
That's just a small sample size because he came in.
I got to see more.
Yeah, he came in like 4 quarters after that dude went out. But everybody knew that Spencer Rattler wasn't the guy. And to your point, they bring in Tyler Shough now to figure out, I guess, if he's the guy. But nobody next year is the guy. So
I don't want to say nobody next year is the guy. I think.
Come on, DeVal. Come on. Who is the guy then?
Because we ain't got nobody right now.
I just think they thought the draft class was going to be more star-studded than it is now. Even somebody like Carson Beck, he got potential. He's strong arm and everything else, but he's not as celebrated as a quarterback that could be carrying in this draft class next year like others. So they're gonna get their own guy. Like I said, this year he knew he had a throwaway year. He knew that he could play around with and see if you can find a diamond in the rough. That's all he was trying to do. Find a diamond in the rough, and once he do that, you know what I'm saying? That's what he thought. He just thought he could find a diamond in the rough, but at the end of the day, it's not this class.
Oh no, take it away.
DeVal, you're supposed to have solutions. This is the pick he threw. That's not really on him, though.
No, not at all.
No, that's not on him.
That's on the player. That's on the receiver.
It's on the receiver. So
that's on the receiver.
Like I say, I don't know what to tell y'all other than it just seemed like to me that you trying to tell me I have hope. This is how many quarterbacks we done had since Drew Brees.
And that's too many. That's too freaking many. It's too many. And out of all of them, the best one we had was Winston.
What we doing, y'all? What is Kellen Moore doing? Because this is his first year coaching. So you saying that his plan failed, and I guess he got a different plan now?
No. I'm not saying his plan failed. I'm saying the reason why he didn't go after a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders this year's draft because he was looking forward to next year. And because next year ain't that star-studded, that don't mean there's not even good quarterbacks that coming out. They're just not as celebrated like Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow or Andrew Luck. They don't Keller Williams. They don't have that type of name at the top that you can feel like going to bring in hype for the fan base and going to be that franchise-changing quarterback. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that they're going to try out the quarterback that they have this year to see what they have. But they was always looking forward to the 2026 class to get their guy. That's all.
And do you think we can get a guy?
Yeah. Because Kellen Moore's a good coach. He did great things with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had his best years under Kellen Moore. He did great thing with Joe Burrow. Not Joe Burrow, but Justin Herbert. He had a very good year with Justin Herbert. And he did some great things with Jalen Hurts. He's good with quarterbacks. It's not like he can't coach quarterbacks. So if he identify a quarterback in next year's draft that he feel like could fit the type of offense that he run, I think that quarterback would be successful.
Yeah.
I just think as of right now, the reason why it's looking the way it looking this year, because I think they was always looking for next year. They always looked at this year as a throwaway year. And I think a lot of times coaches like him will look at this year as an evaluation year. See what you got on the roster, see what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of, and then next year really go after it. So
you think they played Spencer Rattler to trade him?
No. I think they played Spencer Rattler because they had to play somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Then why not go with the rookie?
Because I don't think they felt like he was ready yet.
Okay.
So
what they do with Spencer now?
Done. I'm just gonna be honest, he's done.
I feel like the ball. I think he's gonna sit now.
Once you pull a guy like that, you can't bring him back. Even if you bring him back, it only be for injury purposes or the other guy's so bad you gotta play somebody. But at the end of the year, they both gonna be gone. That's not his guy. That's why I'm saying it's done. Once they pull you like that, you can't come back from that. You over with.
Yeah, because Spencer wasn't his guy.
No, none was his guy.
Now I don't know. He was in that room. Now
I'm just saying. I think he picked that guy. All this was an evaluation year. Put this way. This is the best way I could put it. I could be working at a casual food restaurant job while I'm in college. I could sincerely hope that this casual food restaurant job made me enough money where I could be comfortable there, but my ideal is to always get that corporate job once I'm done with college. So that's not saying that I'm not going to take this casual food restaurant job that I have now seriously, but my ideal is always to get that corporate job. But if that casual food restaurant job so happen to give me the money that I need to be comfortable, then that corporate job won't be as much pressure for me to get that corporate job when I'm done with college. That's all this situation was. Yes, he picked that quarterback in the second round, but when you pick a quarterback in the second round, you dating him, you're not marrying him. And so if that's the case, he's just seeing what he had this year. Now, if he strike diamond in the rough, he cool. Then you're gonna have another quarterback for 3 years on a cheap salary. But I always felt like they were looking for next year's draft. I always felt like they wasn't never committed to either guy that was on the roster. They just had to get somebody.
All right, so they out here bullshitting is what you're saying.
Yeah, they bullshitting.
You want to call it that?
They out here. I think I'm gonna just give y'all a caveat, y'all. Just like we say stuff about the Chicago Sky. I'm gonna say it now, and I'm gonna say it, Saints fan, so y'all don't have to say it. It's time for Mickey Loomis to go.
It's been time for him to go.
Yeah. You ain't saying nothing that nobody else probably ain't thinking.
It's time for Mickey Loomis to go. I don't even know what the plan is. I don't know what the plan is supposed to be. Duvall just sat there for a good 5 to 10 minutes, giving me his soliloquy, and it was very articulate, and I understood everything he was saying, and I still look back and go, yeah, our GM don't know what the hell he doing. He don't have a clue, because if you really doing your evaluation, I'll just pick on my quarterback from LSU, Nussmeier. You had Nussmeier in talks with the Heisman. Why? I understand what Duvall is saying about some of these quarterbacks you thought was going to be this, that, and the third. If you actually went and looked at the tape for Arch Manning, why did you think that was going to be the future? Arch Manning is not completely developed yet. Nussmeier is a fifth-year senior who is struggling, y'all. I know Brian Kelly got fired. I get it. It doesn't stop the fact that he was struggling to get the ball down the field. The offense inadequacies is on him too. So if you were actually doing your evaluation of quarterbacks, and to Duvall's point about big names, yeah, they're not big names, but this quarterback class that's coming up doesn't jump off the page even if you just looking at the film. So if you thought that you were just going to hold tight to the next season, Yeah, you need to be fired, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Right.
Because it's not like you got some kind of Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams coming out or something like that, or somebody you can put the tape in and be like, okay, I can see it. Duval, none of these guys I see it when you put the tape in. I don't see franchise quarterback. Let me just say that. I don't see that. So if you're not getting that, if you're not waiting for that, what has all this been for? That's why I'm confused. And if I'm confused, that means Mickey Loomis is confused. Because I should see your plan. Even if you were tanking.
Yeah, even if you were
to get the top pick. And I believe you. I think that's what they were doing. But what made you think you was gonna get the best quarterback out this draft? Coming up.
Say that.
I don't know, y'all.
Only thing I can tell you is this.
Oh shit, tell it to me.
I think the hype around Arch Manning before he played was humongous. And I think they were hoping that he was going to be the top pick in the draft. He's from Louisiana. His granddaddy played there. So he got ties there. So it's like they really thought that he was going to be that quarterback that rose through the ranks because he was coached by Steve Sarkisian, who is a great quarterbacks coach. He's the head coach of the Texas Longhorns, but he was a great quarterback coach when he was in the NFL with Matt Ryan, when Matt Ryan has the MVP season and stuff. So either way, they thought Arch Manning was going to be the guy that was going to carry the draft class, but unfortunately, Arch Manning has struggled. And so now when you got the other quarterback from Oregon, and then, like I said, Nussmeier didn't turn out to be what they thought he was going to be. Like I said, Carson Beck, so he got some problems, but like I said,
yeah, over there in Miami, he's struggling, ain't he?
Yeah. His promises unfulfilled. You got the South Carolina quarterback that's very raw, but he got talent. He got talent for days. And so, like I said again, it's just a quarterback class with a bunch of questions, but it's not like they're not good. They just don't have the hype. And I think, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you, what about that guy? I done heard his name, Fernando Mendoza.
Yes.
From Indiana. What you think about him?
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
So all them quarterbacks gonna be in the mix. And so that's what I'm saying. Even like if Allah come out, but I don't think he don't think he's coming out. He's on talent special. But like I say, he has his struggles at Penn State. So he might stay another year and get that NIL money and see who the new coach is, and see the new coach going to like mold him to the quarterback that he could be the number one pick in the draft, because he got that type of talent. So it just, again, I can understand in the case of Kellen Moore what they were doing. And you want to blame Mickey Loomis, but I think Mickey Loomis hasn't been picking players for a long time until Sean Payton left, because Sean Payton was the final say when it came to.
Yeah, I'm talking about Sean Payton been gone for a while.
Yeah.
I was all right with Mickey Loomis until the last 3-4 years. I mean, Sean Payton been gone. How long Sean Payton been gone? How long?
Probably like good 4 years now.
Hold on, let me see. Because I was like, yeah.
But either way, I don't think Mickey Loomis should be fired because of his player acquisition. I think Mickey Loomis should be terminated because of his cap. His cap been red for years.
Hold on. Yeah, he left in 21, so it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm holding Mickey Loomis to the last 4 years. Like, what we doing?
That's all I'm saying.
That was the Dennis Allen years. He was head coach, and you see all them faces up there. We done went through, and those were what you call it, free agent signings.
Yeah, they had Derek Carr for a couple of years. I mean, he was mediocre after they came. So, like I said again, it's just I'm more down on Mickey Loomis because of the cap. The cap been red for quite some time now. That's why y'all can't sign them on free agents. That's why y'all always trying to cut players and trade players before the first of the year because they don't want to lose draft pick because of their cap. You had to lose Marcus. What's the guy name? LaShawn Lattimore. Probably your cornerback.
Yeah, because we was scrapped. Yeah.
And the cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your lineman you lost. It just like I say again. I'm gonna blame Loomis for that I do for player acquisition. It just again.
All right, so you added something else to all you did was add to you just agree with me for a different reason.
Yeah.
You just agree with me for a different reason. At the end of the day, you should be fired, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the problem is, he been there a long time. And,
yeah.
He has been there a long time. So there's one thing about us, we got loyalty now. But this shit been going on too long.
Very much so.
I mean, Mickey been there a long time. I mean, like a long time. So I don't know. I just know it's time, and I get it that he done so much for us and blah blah. Yeah, that man been there since 2000. Yeah, man.
That's some time.
25 years.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was a good discussion. Let me tell you something. I don't even know who this guy is, Ian Book. Who is that?
Ian Book.
Yeah, on this graphic.
Let me see. I think he played a game or two.
Which one?
You remember him, Tony?
Who that?
Ian Book. He right here in the left in the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. It was a very short stint. I remember him.
I don't remember his ass.
It was a short stint.
Okay. Anyway,
that's when I was wearing a jersey every day.
You didn't got rid of the jerseys, Tony.
I got rid of the jerseys.
You supposed to stay. Duval don't never take off his Jaguar jersey. You can't be letting Duval do you.
I just have something that says New Orleans Saints on it. I'll take a T-shirt for one, Alex. You can give me somebody that's me wearing their jersey.
So yeah, chat on Sunday. I'm gonna have to watch just because I'm glutton for punishment. The ball ain't gonna watch, but I'm gonna watch to see how Tyler Shough pull out and do his rookie thing. See how he do. One thing they say they're not gonna pull him. They're gonna let him go through the ups and downs and see what he got for the rest of the season. So we'll see it. There's that. And maybe we got a diamond out of the rough. I don't know.
We'll see.
Duval say we didn't. So and he always right. So there's that. Hey guys, we about to get up out of here. I'm pretty sure my governor of Louisiana did something since I've been live.
Yes.
So I heard he went on Pat McAfee.
Oh. That's all I can say. Oh.
You want to be a celebrity like Duval. We out of here, chat. Thank y'all for rolling up. Hit the like button. Please, pretty please. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Duval, for rocking with me, for talking about the boot. Because I can do this all night, but I'm not going to do it. Because all I'm going to do is end up crashing out. I didn't even bring in the Pelicans. You know why I didn't, chat? Because last night I already crashed out on the Pelicans.
I was on one.
I wasn't going to do that 2 nights in a row. So that's for a different time. I'll say that because they thinking about Duval. They thinking about, Willie Green on the hot seat. So
already.
Yeah, he already on the hot seat. So that's another day That's another conversation. I already crashed out on Zion Williamson when I was talking about when I was doing baseball last night. So I'm not gonna do that again. Hey y'all, we out of here. Peace and hair grease.
Peace out.
Peace.